Welcome back. Gerhard and I have just been chatting in the break a little bit about what it means to have a product and a service. So the what you do compared to why you do it. And I was just sharing with him another example that Simon raises about a computer company that makes really good computers called Dell. Many of you be familiar with that name. They also tried to venture into the MP3 space. But people just got confused by that because Dell had always been a company that said, we make computers. That's why we exist. We exist to make computers. And so customers just couldn't understand why they were suddenly trying to get into the music industry. It just didn't make sense to them. Yeah. And I think because Apple had always put themselves out there as we're here to challenge the status quo, we're here to think differently, it just makes sense when they introduced a new product that challenged another industry. So as we were saying, people tend to sort of go, oh, buzzword, start with why. But often people confuse their why, which is very deep, with what they do.
Yeah. But I also think when you start with your why, it's not to limit yourself. Like Apple, the way they introduce themselves is that it's very wide. Where if you say you do computers, you limit yourself for the future. And I really think it's important to be 8 steps ahead in business. And if you're going to limit yourself, you are not going to grow your business. You cannot be 8 steps ahead if you don't know your why. I know we use the word why a lot, but I can't emphasize enough to say know your why, but also be 8 steps ahead in your business. Because with social media, with people chasing you all the time, you cannot afford to stagnate and just go like a flat line. You have to innovate all the time in your business to stay alive. And that's your why should just help you to boost your business and keep on innovating and go up.
Yeah. I think we've been talking a little bit about it in terms of I've been in the allied health industry for a long time and just talking about how there's a lot of disruption happening. Technology is changing incredibly quickly. And we were saying that one of the things that really creates a risk if you don't know your why and you don't have a broader sense is that if you're too narrow, you're going to miss opportunities that new innovations and new technologies out there could offer. So, for example, when people ask me what I do, I've stopped saying anything around I test ears or fit hearing aids. Firstly, because it's always met with the joke going, what? What did you say? If only I had $1 for every time I heard that joke. But the reality is my why is connectedness. So I help people connect. And there are different things that people want to connect with. It might be family, it may be music, it may be sounds of nature. It doesn't really matter. If I can help them connect, I can help them stay socially active, I can help them stay mentally alert. What I do or how I do that really doesn't become as important. So if there's another great technology out there, I don't have to limit myself to hearing aids or cochlear implants. I can just embrace another technology if it helps me help people connect.
Yes.
So I think there's a real danger if you do think too narrowly that you may actually miss opportunities simply because you've got a very narrow focus.
I want to add to that as well, is with your why, is that your staff, you need to communicate that so clearly to your staff, your values and your why, so you can have the right staff to help you to achieve your why and your vision. So many times people come into a business and they just employ somebody because they need a bum on the seat. I really think you need to take longer to employ, get the right person that believes in your values and believe in your why. And then you will get there. Because most of the time, those people will have ideas as well that you can help implement and grow your business. I work for companies that were very narrow-minded. You are paid to do a job, you're not paid to think. There's a company in Germany that told their staff that they can, every morning from 8 until 10, work on one of their projects that will help advance the company. But in that 2 hours, you're not allowed to have telephone calls or emails. Productivity and ideas went through the roof because the people believed in the company, in their why, and they were part of the success. So the why is the starting point of everything in your business.
So it turns out that Simon is correct.
I believe Simon.
And I think what you raised there is really important. So what Simon describes is you start with why, and why will often come from the visionary or the CEO.
Yeah.
They have purpose, and they want to get that purpose out to the world. They want to tell people their why, and they want to inspire others to help them achieve it. But often people who have the vision of the why don't know how to do it. So they have to then partner with people who are very strong at systems and figuring out how we're going to get the message out there. And then the next layer is really, well, what do we do? And there, again, you need a different kind of person who's actually going to be on the ground and delivering the service or selling the product. So why is a starting point, but there's really an entire team that needs to believe in the why to move the mission and the vision forward.
But I also think is that a lot of CEOs and entrepreneurs are so busy working in their business that they don't actually know their way, or they forgot their why. As a CEO, you need to be in the future. You need to work on that why. Your managers need to be in the present, and your staff is normally in the past. But you as a CEO needs to be the person that drives the why and who manages to support you to get there. It's a team effort. If you think you can do it alone, it's very hard work. You need to have a team that believes in you.
Yeah, and I think even as sort of an entrepreneur working on their own, you may not be employing those support people, but you still have to have a network who provide support. So your support may not be on your payroll, but it's very difficult to do everything yourself.
I think that's a lesson to know that you cannot do it on your own. If you do it on your own, it takes so much longer to get where you want to be. Again, with the world is such a small place with technology at the moment. Virtual assistants, Skype, Zoom, it's just endless. Start investigating those things. Again, as CEO or entrepreneur, it's your job to find those people to help you to get where you want to be. Don't try to do everything yourself.
Yeah, and I think just on a personal note from our experience there, you've got to work out what you're worth on an hourly basis. And if you're trying to do a that you don't have the skills to do, you can actually end up spending a lot of your time, which eventually equates to a lot of money, doing something that may have taken somebody who knows how to do it an hour. Initially we tried that, spend 2 days trying to get together a website, where if you actually just ask a friend or someone in your social circle to recommend someone, that could get done in 2 hours.
I think that's why we started a stop to-do list. And one of the things that we stop to do is shopping. We go online, we order our food, and every Saturday they deliver our food. That's an hour and a half a week that we have back that I can work on my business and make money. So maybe
work on furthering the why rather than doing what.
What, exactly.
So what we're going to do is take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to talk you through the steps of how you discover your why.